contractor here, and I have a bunch of staff, and it is really tough for young people to exist here and to get ahead. I mean, if you bought a house in, I don't know, let's call it 5 to 15 years ago or whatever, then you're doing okay because it's gone up so much. But the young people are, you know, I don't know how they get ahead without mommy and daddy giving them a big suitcase of money.
I think people are spinning their wheels. People are working 1 or 2 jobs to make ends meet. Grocery prices are exorbitant. Gas prices are exorbitant. Inflation's just, it's crazy.
I mean, the groceries now, like,
the groceries are insane.
Yeah, the groceries are insane. Cost of living is rising, so you're definitely seeing a movement down to the Costa Rica, Mexico, Nicaraguas of the world, because it's a nice, you know, lifestyle. And even if you work in Canada, for a lot of people, you can't get ahead, so you may as well be somewhere where it's more relaxed. And so people are making that move. And we're seeing more lot sales and more people becoming more interested in building and coming down here.
I do love the heat. Here in BC, it's wet, it's damp. So I really crave that heat down in Nicaragua. On another note, the people love the people. It's lovely.
Another misnomer that because it's poor, there's crime.
No.
Again, complete BS.
Yeah, complete BS. I stayed in Tesoro, went around Leon on my own for a month.
I left the country. I went back to Vancouver, and she said she wanted to stay, so I said fine, whatever.
Yeah, so I stayed. No worries whatsoever traveling as a single female.
That's one of the big things in Nicaragua, hey? Is that it's like 60% female travelers. And I've been like, what? It's a shit ton of Canadians, and it's 60% female travelers. And like, why? I started thinking, why is it a female traveler?
Well, I felt safe.
Yeah, it's safe.
I mean, safe as a single female traveling for sure. And I think like any country, you're not going to leave your valuables on the beach or
people do. But people do at Tesoro. But yeah, eventually we're going to get bit.
In Tesoro you can for sure, definitely.
But in San Juan, I mean, you gotta watch your stuff.
But like in a restaurant here in Vancouver, I wouldn't like leave my cell phone on a table and walk in and go to the bathroom. You just don't do that. It's just logical. I've never felt threatened. I love Nicaragua. It gets in your blood. Once you've been there once, it's in your blood, and you want to keep going back.
Yeah, that's often, people often return.
Yeah.
Nicaragua spends about $1 million on promotion per year. Costa Rica spends $21 million, and Honduras spends about $22. So government always puts a warning on for Americans coming to Nicaragua. So already there's a huge built-up misconception, and I think the Canadian government does it too. But for some reason, the Canadians don't seem to care.
Well, no, they do, because actually one of the comments on your last video, someone brought up a warning that the Canadian government had posted.
Right.
Which is,
I think any government has to post something on a third world country just to cover their own liability, you know. But
maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, so when I was down there, my 15-year-old niece came down with my mom. So my mom is, close to 80, and they loved it. Like, my mom loves Nicaragua. Her and my dad have come down many, many times and spent months on end. They love it. My niece loved it. She said it was the best trip of her life, and just really enjoyed.
Seeing a young girl like her seeing the poverty is really memorable. It's the kind of thing she remembers for life, and just maybe to kind of gets planted in their mind not to take for granted what they do have.
What we do have.
But
I think even our children, even though when we lived in Nicaragua was at a very young age, it impacted them for sure. Just seeing the difference. But the difference with the poverty is I find that people are still very proud, and they are a community. They help each other. They take care of each other. They're always smile. Everyone I've met basically is always smiling and happy, and even if they're not having a good day, that's my experience.
It gets kind of contagious.
Well, it is.
That's one of the there's so many nice things, but that's another one of the nice things.
Well, that, and the other thing that I love coming from Canada, because I find we've kind of lost the family structure somewhat, and they're very family oriented. So on Sundays it's family days, so the family gets together, not just the nuclear family, but the cousins, the uncles,
like 20.
It's amazing, and they have such a great time. They've actually come to Tesoro. One of our guys who works down at Tesoro brought his whole family. Daniel brought his whole family.
We were just watching the video the other day.
Oh, it was amazing! Like, just so much fun, and they welcomed us in, and
all we were really doing is cooking and having a few drinks, and it was a blast.
Yeah, it was awesome. It's just the love, like the love between the family.
Yeah.
And this goes way back off topic again, but for any Canadians thinking of coming down, like people, I know myself, again, we touched on the medical. I worry about the medical. Groceries, just same as grocery stores as you have here in Canada.
Same products.
Same products.
Yeah.
You can get
Cheaper,
Canadian products, American products. You can shop local, which is great. The vegetables, the fruit, everything is so fresh.
Yeah,
and
like
so,
for instance, La Colonia has more North American products.
Yeah.
And Pali has more basic stuff, more kind of Walmart stuff.
Yeah.
But they're all good. And then you can get specialty stuff for cheese or meat or butcher or whatever.
Yeah. And and you just talk to people and they'll be like, oh yeah, go to this fish market over here, or apparently there's a new butcher in Leon that's amazing that one of our neighbors told us about.
Right.
We didn't get a chance to try
we have
it,
to check out, yeah.
but we are going to go check it out. Another thing I know people worry about is banking. We've had no troubles with banking.
Yeah, you just got to stay out of the bank because unless you got 2 hours to lose or more.
Yeah. ATMs are great.
But yeah, you can bank online. Like we bank online, so we just e-transfer, blah blah blah, and make sure our staff have that same bank, and then that works. That's been huge because you don't want to be in banks, and banks in general are behind there. You can't get financing on squat. Credit cards are very high interest rate, but now there's more and more online banking, which is super good.
But your Canadian cards will work there.
Yeah.
Even your Canadian debit cards will work there.
Yeah.
Sometimes sometimes one ATM it might not work. Go to another bank. Go to La Fise.
That happens. Sometimes the bank machine pumps out money and then suddenly decides to stop. You're like, okay, I guess that's enough for us. We'll just go somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly.
That is kind of annoying, but whatever.
But yeah, so you can take cash out in USD or in Cordobas. You can use your credit cards at the store. You can. It's pretty comparable to Canada, but it's lower cost of living. Yeah,
and so to get back, I think to the point of what we're kind of emphasizing is just that the whole Canadian system is becoming tougher, and like it's markedly tougher in the last 4 years to no matter how much you make.
Yeah.
To save anything and to get ahead in Canada. So yeah, you are seeing a wave of people interested in markets like this.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing is weather and food and all this cost of living and safety, and these are things that Nicaragua has, and that's why we're seeing a real bright future in Nicaragua.